Hey quantum creatures, thanks for joining in on this strange adventure. Today, we'll be taking a look at first-time Randonaut stories. Give a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for more unusual videos. All original posts will be shared in the description. Make sure you share which was your favorite, or share your own randonauting story in the comments below to be featured in a future video. The creepiest thing about Randonautica is the fact that it works at all. Even if the outcome is peaceful, beautiful, and joyful, it worked, and in itself, that is strange. Here are 10 success stories from first-time Randonauts. Story 1, posted by Premoveri. Went randonauting for the first time today, thinking it was not going to work for me whatsoever. I set my intention to treasure, and I found this beautiful Luna moth laying in the ground a few meters from the point. I've never been lucky enough to see one of these in person until now. Story 2, posted by NorthWicWands. First Randonautica experience. Asked for wild birds in need of help. Now I have a seagull in my kitchen. This is intriguing. This seagull has become known as Randogull. Story 3, by Sicky Souse. First time using Randonautica. Intent was something that does not belong. Found this void in the middle of nowhere in the exact location it brought me to. Story 4, by chiliuwu. I, as most people, was a little skeptical about it at first. I started off with setting my intention to dog. And yeah, I saw a bunch of dogs, but it didn't convince me. It was an afternoon. Of course people would be walking their dogs. So since I'm a sucker for animals, I set my intent to cat. First, I went to the exact location it sent me, which led me to a vet. It had a huge cat on the sign. I was already freaking out, but on my way back home, I couldn't believe my eyes. There was a cat sitting there, looking at me, almost as if it was waiting for something. I was even more freaked out by this because stray cats around this neighborhood isn't so common. I only see them on rare occasions. So there was this cat meowing at me. I approached it and without a thought, it was all over me. She let me pick her up and pet her all I wanted. A motorbike and several dogs went by, but she didn't run away. She stayed by my side. Whether it was Randonautica's doing or a strange coincidence, it definitely made my day. Story 5, posted by Amoeba. I learned about Randonautica from a YouTuber, Loey Lane, who shared the story about the kids in Seattle who found a dead body in a suitcase. Obviously, I was intrigued. Later that day, I went randonauting for the first time with my boyfriend and one of his friends, G. Before we went out, G said, "I want to manifest peace." Then later he said, "No, extraterrestrials." We went out to the car and set a location. When we arrived to the exact spot, we parked right behind a car. I kid you not, there was a huge sticker on that car that said peace, and an alien sticker. My boyfriend also was thinking that he wanted to see a bunch of shapes. There was tons of stickers with unusual shapes on the car. The craziest part to me was that we found our intentions, but it wasn't a statue or graffiti or something that is always there. It was a car that was temporarily parked there that had a bunch of stickers. We went back the next day to see if the same car was parked there, and it was gone. The creepiest thing about Randonautica is the fact that it works at all. Even if the outcome is peaceful, beautiful, and joyful, it worked, and that in itself is strange. Story 6, by Cherry F-Bomb. First time randonauting. My 10-year-old daughter chose the intent. With it being daytime, she chose the intent, which was insects, because she loves bug hunting. It took us to a field with not just a few, but hundreds of butterflies. To say we were amazed was a bit of an understatement. Story 7, by cponds. Our intent was simply to find something creepy. My friend and I stumbled upon this on the side of the road. It was in a pretty rural area with no houses in sight. Story 8, by Cursed Salsa. My friend and I tried this yesterday, and it was his first time. Our intention was something terrifying, and it brought us to his boss's apartment after he called off from work that morning. Story 9, posted by knolarn. First time randonauting with my 3 friends, and we manifested something abandoned. Got us to 4 empty grave slots in a cemetery. Story 10, by Randonauts. First timer, freaked out. After reading so many stories, I decided to try this out for myself, despite being skeptical. For my first intent, I was seeking closure. I had a long-term relationship abruptly end earlier this year with no real closure. And while I've moved on in life, I'm still carrying around some emotional baggage. I decided whatever coordinates it gave me, I would go to, even if it didn't seem relevant. I live in a major city, and the first location I was given was the exact coordinates and address to a restaurant that my ex used to work at. I've only been there once before, so it was not a place I frequented. Honestly, I practically forgot about that place. I started shaking. How was it so relevant for the absolute first location it generated? Even creepier is when I arrived, there was a sign up that said the restaurant was closing down permanently. They probably struggled due to COVID-19. But it was odd that it matched my closure intent even further. I'm shocked and creeped out. No idea what it all means, but the coincidence of it all is startling. Not sure where I'm going with this, but that was way more specific than what I was expecting as a first timer. I'm blown away. And that concludes Randonauting Success Stories Volume 1. Make sure to like this video if you believe that Randonautica works, and subscribe for future stories and compilations. Thanks for watching, Quantum Creatures. I'll see you in the next one.